So here is everything we need to do the rear end conversion for the 2023 F150. This is an XLT with a Raptor conversion done to the front, and now we're going to go ahead and do what we need to the rear with some Ironman 4x4 leaf springs, raising the rear end up by about 2 inches and adding 2 more leaf springs to the rear with some Bilstein 5160 shocks to absorb any rough Baja running that we do with this truck. Let's go ahead and get all this stuff installed. All right, first things first, let's go ahead and jack up the truck in the rear. Well, we got the full side up, but yeah, rear end especially. All right, let's go ahead and start with loosening these rear lug nuts. Pull usually makes it way easier to break it.
Huh?
This is the second time this has happened, Husky. Come on. Your stuff should not be breaking this easily when you say it's rated for 800 foot-pound. All right, one Home Depot trip later, I got another half-inch to 3/8 converter adapter thing, but I also picked up 2 impact things for the wheel lug nuts because that's the second time one of those is broken. I don't trust it anymore. Oh, there it is, though. Whew. All right, that's one. Pull the wheel off. That was one heavy wheel. There it is. All right, let's roll this over to the side. All right, now that we're in here, first thing we're gonna do is take off the old shock, and then we'll get to the leaf spring right afterwards. All right, bolt right here is a 15, I believe. Yeah, this one's a 15. On the inside, there's an 18 nut to hold, so you kind of just throw a ratchet in there to hold that 18, and you can use an impact or another ratchet to pull the 18 off. I'm gonna keep that in for now until we get the bottom one off. Let's the shock extend. That's fine. Same with the top. And there we are. We have our shock that is now fully extended and extremely hard to push in. Now what we're going to do is get the front leaf spring bolt out. Before we do that, you always want to go ahead and put the rear axle on a jack, and purely because the leaf spring is what actually holds the jack upright, or the leaf spring is actually what holds the axle upright of the truck. So when you start removing the leaf spring and disconnect these U-bolts, the axle might sag a bit, which is why you want to have it held up with the jack just so it's not sagging, because there is a lot of weight right here and you do not want that sagging foot tension on anything. Now the front of the leaf spring right here actually is bigger than a 5/16 because this side is my biggest socket that's going on the other side, which is a 5/16. So for that side, since I don't have the right size, I believe it's probably an inch, and the only thing bigger than this I have are like 25, 26, and 32s that I use for motorcycle axles. So we're just gonna use an adjustable wrench and make sure it's pulling it just fine right here while we take our breaker bar and loosen this side right over here. All right, we got that nut off. That's right over here. I'm actually gonna do, oh my gosh, is thread it on slightly, because I'm gonna go and loosen the one in the back first and make sure everything's loose and good. Get the pins off, the U-bolts, and then kind of take it all off at once. All right, what we're gonna do is go ahead and get this bolt off real quick. I actually don't think I need to hold anything back here for it, because that is pretty deep in there. Yeah, so I think what should be done is just get this off using that breaker bar, and it should come off just. Let's grab that longer piece. Make this just a tad bit longer. See how long that bolt is? This is one long bolt. Go ahead and put this back the way it needs to be, and let's not lose it. And now that should be able to be pulled out once I get that front bolt out and these U-bolts. So let's go ahead and start with these U-bolts real quick. We can pull this lower bracket off, both the U-bolts right there. Hold that off to the side and pull these U-bolts. We did get new U-bolts from 4x4, so those ones will fit probably better, so you can toss this to the side, but keep them for now. And now that we have all this off, we're just going to take that back bolt and that front bolt off real quick. Sorry, we already took the back bolt off, that front bolt out, and then we should have the ability to pull this spring off, around, and out. All right, got the new bushings in, everything's set up. Now it's basically just reversing the process, getting this one on there, putting all those old bolts back on, and putting the new Bilstein shocks on there, and we should be golden with the new suspension setup. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, camera died, but here's the final outcome of it. It's about 2-inch difference in the front, but it's leveled out on both sides now. And we've got the Bilstein shock in there with the Ironman 4x4 leaf spring installed on both sides. So there we go. I'm tired.